Folks, it is finally time for Andor Season 2. I do not even know where to begin, so I'm just gonna get right into it. I saw episode 1 this weekend at Star Wars Celebration on Saturday at the Andor panel in a room full of thousands of other fans. It was amazing, and I've just been holding that in my system until now. So unfortunately, we're gonna just cut to the chase and get into episode 2, because we got a 3-episode drop, obviously, and that will be the case for the next few weeks going forward, which saddens me a little bit because it means the whole show is going to be over within the span of 4 weeks. But at the same time, this show is so arc driven, and each respective arc from season 1, it admittedly does hit so much better when you watch it retrospectively and you're able to actually binge it all the way through and see the story, you know, each arc start and then stop and then the reset. As sad as I am that this show, you know, we've been waiting this many years, and I think the season's going to be epic and it's going to be over in 4 weeks. As sad as I am that that might be the case, that it's going to be here and then gone before we know it, I do think that this show, for me personally, it's so much better to ingest it all at once there, get each arc the way it is meant to be told versus having to wait in the middle and lose the momentum. That said, however, season 2, episode 1, now that I can talk about it, I will share some of my brief thoughts before we get into episode 2, since I did just rewatch it. It has a completely different, immediately just like pumps the gas, pedal to the metal, compared to season 1, which was a much slower build-up, just was immediately right out of the gate way more, just it cuts to it. It doesn't have to do a slow burn anymore and establish relationships, establish character histories or backstories or whatnot. It can get right into it, and so it did. Director Krennic, oh, what the frick, wasn't expecting that. I obviously knew he was going to be in the show. I didn't think they were going to whip him out immediately, and of course here he is already devising ways in which he can eliminate an entire planet's population. The Gormans. That said, I have a prediction for once. I think Dedra is a Gorman, y'all. I don't sense necessarily that there was unease within Dedra. I think she's certainly like, how the frick did I get called in for this? This is where Dedra's duality kind of comes into play, because you can maybe sense a little bit of unease in her, and that's where I feel like, could she be secretly from Gorman, you know? Is that part of why Director Krennic would have called her up? He would obviously have access to her file, I imagine, you know, to get some knowledge from her, seeing that she has been very willing to rise the ranks, that she's a quick learner, as he addressed her. So I feel like that could potentially be a little snippet of her backstory, which would contribute, again, play into the complexity of her character, because you sense that part of her that's trying to fight to make a name for herself and work up the ranks in a clearly male-dominated field. She was the only woman at that table in episode 1, so I feel like her being from Gorman, you know, Krennic could be using that to his advantage to kind of get inside her head. I don't know, you know, access a little bit more of her line of thinking of, okay, what's one way that we could draw the people out, or you know this culture, you know this planet. Dedra then immediately coming out of the gates saying we need to stage a rebellion there, like we need to obviously set off something that would give us a reason to strike. That's my prediction. I feel like she could have some Gorman in her background. I don't know, but first episode immediately was just right out of the gate. I am so freaking excited to just keep going, so apologies for ranting, but I just wanted to share a little bit of my thoughts, since I am clearly unable to share my reaction to the first one, and it was very epic way to kick things off, but I think it's only going to keep going from here, and we get to see the whole arc be fulfilled tonight with the next 2 episodes, so I need to really sit down and shut up and get into this, because we're going to be here for a while. Strap in, y'all. Get your snacks, get your drinks. Jeez, I cannot believe this is actually happening. Maybe it's just because I'm still on freaking cloud 9 from Celebration. I'm freshly back. Episode 2, Sagrona Teema. Oh my god, I just can't believe this is happening. And it feels weird that I'm only starting my reaction here on the 2nd episode. I'm sorry for that, I'm sorry.
There's nothing here! Keep looking! What did you do with Rika's body?
What? It's a trap. They've got to be out there somewhere. They're messing with us.
Oh! Leave it to Star Wars with the missing limbs. They mentioned that there were beasts.
Nobody. Just a boot.
Crab's boot. You just left it out there?
His foot was still in it. A stump of bloody foot.
Animals got them.
Poor Cassian. Just collateral and all this. Their civil war. Back at it.
Before we go in, I don't want the Gorman project.
Did Krennic offer you the job?
You know that he did.
Then it's done. We're in it.
And what about Axis? We're getting closer all the time.
He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's nowhere.
Why doesn't she want it? I'm telling y'all, I think she's
This will
scorned.
appear to be a demotion. Gorman will be yours to run as you wish. You'll only answer to Krennic. Gorman is a gift. Take it.
Nothing. Radio silence. Nobody's checked in. I know I said we shouldn't broadcast from here, but I tried to reach out to Bix. Mina Rao's been shut down. I need to be at the gallery. I can't help anyone from here. I need serious comms. Good morning.
Last night was successful.
2 more to go.
3-day wedding for 13-year-olds, y'all.
You should tell your boyfriend to back off the nog.
Here's my boyfriend.
Oh, what have you done? Thrown him over?
So sweet.
Tay Colmer, is he not your lover?
Holy frick.
Tay had a bit too much first night punch. Pace yourself or pay the price. He was always weak.
Oh. He shoots from the hip, huh? God, how has Mon put up with him since she was frickin' 15?
I spoke to my friend at 500. She thinks they'll finish inspecting up there today. She counted about 40. We don't know what they have in the air.
What if they come this way?
Talia thinks they'll let us slide.
We can't count on that.
I wouldn't mention Ferrix.
What if we stay ahead of them?
I'd be careful. Cassian.
He'll be here.
Thank you.
They're all kind of starting out in shambles right now. They can't communicate with each other. Cassian's obviously not on time.
They've gone very quiet over there. You need a perimeter.
I was just about to do that.
They must be starving.
Please don't tell me they're gonna resort to Yellow Jackets territory, y'all. If you know what I'm saying. Oh my god, are we gonna check in with Cereal?
There are no small jobs here at the Bureau of Standards. Not that long ago, I was
Oh
standing
my
where you are now.
god.
Just over there. Every shift I make time for my quota to dig just a little bit deeper. And one day, I had uncovered a cabal of corrupt purchasing agents who were stealing Imperial supplies.
He's so proud.
There's a future here. For those who dare.
Oh my god.
Do you take credits? I can do.
Act natural, Presso. Act
Where are you coming
natural.
from? He's checking out the storage.
Hi.
Have you seen the new silo?
I have.
So quiet out here. Have you been to the Row? We had a decent meal there last night.
Is this him like trying to flirt or just make small
It's not
talk?
that far.
No.
I'm only here for another couple of days.
No.
Maybe you'd like to join me.
I'm not sure my husband would approve. Self-planning for a few days?
Is he a mechanic as well? Does he worry about you? We've just shut down all the comms. It's supposed to stop things sneaking away while we're doing all our counting. Darla.
Oh, thank god.
Sorry. Hello.
Thank god, Presso.
Nice to meet you. See you along the way.
One thing about Andor that I feel like is underrated, the guest star roles. The acting is so great in every single role in this show, even just like one interaction like that with a guest star.
He should be back by now. I think I know that.
What if they've grabbed him?
We'd be hearing about it. We have the pilot. They have a ship that goes nowhere without us. We have the food.
Not really. I just ate my mill bar.
Hold on.
Sorry.
We should be getting worried about what?
1, 2, 3.
What on God's green earth do they think they're gonna do?
The guns at the front, trying to put us down the barrel.
No, but can they do that?
gosh. The things people will do when they're starving, y'all, they're trying to kill each other.
If they're lucky, they'll make 5 meters by midnight. They will be close.
Ooh, got them all their guards down. Dedra listens to opera in her free time. Kind of explains a lot. TBH.
I just got here.
Don't tell me they're living together, y'all.
I was sure if I went shopping you'd be delayed and we wouldn't have to do this. We could pretend that you're not back.
We can't cancel again.
I think they're
We can't.
Holy frick. Cyril's getting everything he wants.
Tomorrow then.
Oh, I feel like it's still very much unrequited though, y'all. Oh my god, her outfit. She's gorgeous.
This is remarkable.
And I know apologies are in order. I've been so distracted by all of this.
I have called your office.
And I've been remiss.
I think I told you I was tired of waiting.
This is sounding serious.
I have concerns. The foundation is up and running. Your financial blemishes have been smoothed over without anyone being the wiser. Davos Skulden obviously has what he came for, and I'm left wondering about the risk I've taken on.
I'm shocked.
The irony is the rebellion that's hurt me most. Rebel activity soured my investments.
Holy frick. Frick, he was like her biggest confidant.
How I wish you'd made this clear sooner.
Yeah, I should have.
Oh. The.
I hate having to say all this, one.
Oh. After all you've done for me, please. No.
She's so good. Oh my god. She can put on a mask, y'all. Alright, Clea, put in the work. Do some recon. Keep this ship afloat. Is that what I think it is? Okay, I'm not gonna get too distracted, but... Ugh.
No warning.
Well, I suppose I have been avoiding it. Now I know why. I said I'd get into it once we'd survived the wedding.
It's nothing specific. It's very troubling. Is there any chance he'd go to Skulden?
No, you wouldn't dare.
Can't leave this be. You must know that.
We will find a number.
Oh my god, the fact that she has to put on this front, this wedding.
Praise to those who have traveled to share in our most treasured tradition.
Of marrying off 14-year-olds.
It is my Chandran duty to greet you, Sagrona. Leader. My sweet leader. Second, pain will find you. My hope is that you learn to reach past this constant cloud of sadness.
Somebody thinks marriage is...
Pleasure. But joy has no wind at its back. Joy will not announce its arrival. You need to listen for it, but search out these treasures. For me right now, it's a smile that I can't hide as I see these two young people sharing our greatest tradition.
Oh, this is so backwards.
Sagrona Teema!
Didn't get very far, did you? We're not done yet.
Y'all are wasting your energy.
What's the plan anyway? Shoot the pilot? I'm dropping a challenge. Going out. No shooting unless they shoot first.
Stand together.
Cassian, just stay out of the way. They're all gonna kill each other. Or a prediction, one of the beasts is gonna come out and get all of them. Okay, yes, y'all are all working for the same organization here. Come on.
You must be awfully desperate.
If you could see what you look like, you wouldn't say that.
5 hands.
Asking rules.
Everybody hear that? What does that mean?
Total submission.
They're playing rock, paper, scissors. Get locked in, Cassian! The beasts. Sound like
I keep thinking it's
T-Rex.
It's not.
Well, they just got eaten. Gobbled up. I mean, they literally said that there were beasts around and they were out there making all that rock, paper, scissors noise. Oh!
He's always getting away! He's getting away!
Well, now they are really all stuck out there. Hey! Dang, shiz. Oh, frick, let's go. I still have like no voice from Star Wars Celebrations anytime I get remotely excited. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm locked in. Oh my gosh. It still has all of the just political, you know, oh my god. There's a lot more at play, it almost feels like, because everyone's main objective has been established. You got Dedra here. Y'all, I'm telling you, I think she's from Gorman, hence why she doesn't want the assignment. And Krennic is literally handing it to her after knowing how she botched Ferrix and all of that. And even her direct superior being like, your previous mission that you were single-handedly in charge of, locating Axis, locating this rebellion superpower, this leader, anonymous figure out there who's been taunting us, you're failing at that as well. So it's like she's having this handed to her, even though she's been taking some beatings while still working her way up. She's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, Ferrix being a big step back. So it's like, okay, how else? Yes, she has proven herself, but I feel like, I don't know, why else would Krennic be after her, you know, handpicking her for this? Why else would she be resisting it? This is kind of like everything she's ever really wanted was to rise to the top. And now it's interesting, you know, she's being told you're going to have to act like this is a demotion because you're going to be going off, your hands are going to be tied, you're going to be busy elsewhere. So you put on the front, you know, act like this is, you're taking a big hit, when in reality they just have to maintain the secrecy of it. So, you know, for her, she has been all about rising the ranks and proving it, sticking it to the man, and her fellow co-workers who've just been trying to tear her down come for her, you know, power that she's been trying to claim. So this is everything she's been wanting, to get handpicked for something so big and confidential, yet she's kind of rejecting it. So I don't know if there's any other underlying vulnerabilities there that could be fueling that, but I feel like there's some sort of Gorman history for her, something personal about this. Otherwise, why else would she be resisting? She's getting everything she's wanted on a silver platter. So, and I don't think that's solely because she's that dedicated to finding Axis. Her and Cyril, are they an item now? What? I mean, obviously it's not shocking. He was very heavily pursuing her for what I thought were just career reasons, but clearly personal ones as well. But it doesn't necessarily seem like a two-way street here. Why else would she be keeping him around necessarily, other than out of obligation? I don't know. More to dig into there, but I'm not going to make any premature assumptions because I'm still a little bit brain blasted by that revelation. The highlight of this one for me is freaking Mon's storyline and all of the plays that she has in the air that she is trying to juggle. Genevieve O'Reilly has just been absolutely stellar, and frankly I'm shocked that she's not received any sort of Emmy nominations for her role here. I feel like she freaking deserves one this time around, even just from this single episode. She is putting in the freaking work, and she is so incredible at capturing one of the most difficult parts of acting, which is you have to have that mask of, you have a smile on your face, but in the eyes you can tell that her brain, all the cogs in her brain are going freaking haywire because everything around her is turning to absolute shiz, and so she has to hold it together on the outside, juggling so freaking much. And now even Tay here, who I thought was the one comfort character that she could have, the one person that she could freaking confide in for all of this, and just get some little bit of refuge from this, like some relatability. They go back, they're friends close enough to the point that even her husband's freaking firing on all cylinders, accusing her of having an affair, just point blank, like just no questions asked. So she's so freaking stellar, and that is so much harder to achieve. Skill of acting, of being able to convey with just your eyes, to show that the wheels in your brain are turning a million miles an hour like that, trying to navigate all while having a smile on your face. The duality that she is able to capture, this mask, the secret that she is hiding. She plays the opposite, of everything inside her is probably breaking down, having an active panic attack, as she has to just keep this perfect polished facade and maneuver everything else on the side. This timing of this freaking wedding is god awful, because she's just got to do a bunch of people pleasing and all of that good stuff. But her internal turmoil of knowing what she's subjecting her child to, knowing what she probably endured, and why she's so against this tradition, in her culture of wedding off 15-year-olds for obvious reasons. But she herself, was victim to that tradition. I say victim because it's clear she doesn't have any interest in trying to keep that alive, and it's clear from this episode that it's been a hot minute since anyone in their culture, in her home world, has actually engaged in this weird tradition of this weird youthful freaking arranged marriage. Juggling all that, now these kind of weird subtext laced threats from Tay of, I gave you everything, I gave you an out, a solution, I helped you, I gave you an escape route here, so where's my, oh my god. Luthen, though, was not freaking having it. He's like, I'm gonna eliminate this man. He's like, you tell me, we're gonna freaking take care of him. So I feel like we're gonna see Luthen snap in and put him in his place. Everybody has a mission, and it's clear here, if one thing goes wrong, there's a domino effect that starts to permeate. Luthen is in a similar boat as Mon. He's especially the puppet master. He's got all these pieces at play, and if one thing is going wrong, aka they haven't heard from Cassian, and it's very overdue that he's checked in, so they can only imagine, God forbid, what the frick is going haywire out there. Could we be exposed at any moment? It's just the stakes that this show has established. They are on constant freaking eggshells. They're literally walking on thin ice every step of the way, and they have to just keep this front, keep this facade, maintain their aliases, for Luthen especially. He's this, I don't think this is his fake identity, but who he is in the rebellion versus who he is in society, socialite and whatnot, this whole other identity that he's holding on to by a thread. Meanwhile, in the back of his brain, he's like, Cassian could be dead and we could all be exposed any minute now. It's like the stakes that they are operating on, even just for Bix and Brasso, they're still in the thick of it. Here they are clearly still, though, very much in danger, and we're getting, more kind of instances already in this season of the girl in episode 1 who helps Cassian right out of the gate, hijack the TIE fighter and whatnot, and she's voicing to him her concerns. I could die for this. This family that's hosting, Bix and Brasso, employing them on their farm and whatnot, obviously knowing, I'm sure, where they came from, their actual identities, and having to help keep them, secret, keep them safe. The things they are risking, so much of this show focuses on the little people, the nameless people in the rebellion who aren't remembered with this legacy as this crazy hero or whatnot, because, they were secretly risking everything on the side. But that's what this show, I think, captures so freaking well. It's all the nameless people along the way who you don't necessarily remember in the long scheme of it, but they were risking everything for the rebellion. And then on the flip side of that, what Cassian's been dealing with, he's just kind of been on fly on the wall to other factions of the rebellion who are equally, on eggshells and pushed to their limits under immense stress, and now are literally just fighting for their lives, doing everything they can to stay the frick alive, to the point that they just turn on each other. I think that it's totally just already captured the just immense stress that is on the rebellion, the uphill battle that they are constantly fighting, and all of the just additional obstacles that get in their way for everybody at play here. I feel like for Mon Mothma, every single time she clears her docket and takes care of one thing, then a new thing comes into play. It's like, okay, she's wedded off her daughter, she's kind of taking care of her debts in that regard now, so her bank account doesn't look so suspicious. It's like, okay, she can operate and try to just get through this god-awful freaking wedding. Nope, here comes Tay asking for his share of, returning the favor and whatnot. So it's just always one thing after the next. They can never catch their breath. They can never take a freaking break. Speaking of taking no breaks, we are going to get right into the third freaking episode. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to feel real grateful that this is the way that they chose to release it. So I'm going to shut up and we're going to go get into that one. I'll try to have it edited as soon as I can following episode 2 here. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed. So excited to be doing Andor reactions again. Sorry for the state of my voice. Until the next one, hope you guys are doing well. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, guys.